The New York wake for Philip Seymour Hoffman today as his close friend files a $50 million lawsuit. I'm Nancy O'Dell.
This is when the wounds are fresh, before he was even laid to rest.
Inside the bitter legal fight over this tabloid headline on a day when loved ones are gathering to say goodbye.
Here is where friends and family will be sharing stories, paying respect. It's a chapel with a long history of hailing the funerals of New York's rich and famous.
Plus, what will become of Hoffman's reported $35 million fortune.
E.T. with Woody Allen's ex-girlfriend. Did you have sex with him when you were 17?
Doesn't matter. We had a romantic relationship.
So that's a yes. Their 24-year age difference and what she knows about his daughter Dylan's sex abuse claims. Is he a child molester?
Death by plastic surgery?
We've never seen that in 16 years of practice.
Such a sad story. A woman commits suicide after a facelift. Her Beverly Hills surgeon is well known with many rumored star clients. So why did she jump? Oprah honored. And why Gail is not impressed?
She didn't LOL. She started howling.
Plus, new Brad, Angie, and the kids. Haven't seen them in a while. And
I've posted way too many selfies in my day.
Is Ireland Baldwin an Instagram addict?
People are like, oh no, like this is just a gateway to a sex tape.
Now, Entertainment Tonight, the worldwide leader in entertainment news.
Who will get Philip Seymour Hoffman's multi-million-dollar Hollywood fortune? Hi, everybody, and welcome to Entertainment Tonight. Well, before we get to the money, we have to begin with the emotion of today. That's because the Oscar winner's friends and family gathered to pay their respects at his wake, and our Rob Marciano was at the chapel.
Here's the scene outside the funeral home. Security is tight, media has gathered, and some of the stars we expect to attend, Cate Blanchett, Justin Theroux, Joaquin Phoenix, and Michelle Williams, who just last night we saw visiting Hoffman's longtime partner, Mimi O'Donnell. The sad connection they share, Michelle also lost her love, Heath Ledger, to an overdose. There is no word on whether today's wake will be open casket or not. The actor's body will reportedly be cremated. That, of course, could happen before or after today's viewing. This funeral chapel has a long history of protecting the privacy of the rich and famous who've had services here. John Lennon, Jackie O, and Heath all were taken here before their final goodbyes.
The wake today, emotional as Mimi and Hoffman's 3 children were the first to arrive, followed by his almost famous co-star Billy Crudup. But the grieving has been compounded by the bitter taste of a $50 million lawsuit. Hoffman's friend, David Katz, filed late yesterday against the National Enquirer, and their story claiming he and the actor were lovers.
E.T. had it dead on yesterday. David Katz has a very strong case when he is being quoted as saying something he never said, that he and Philip Seymour Hoffman had a gay love affair, that he saw him doing cocaine. Those kinds of blatantly false, untrue statements make it a very difficult case for the National Enquirer to defend.
Helping us move the story forward is legal analyst Robin Sachs. So if Katz's claims are true, can he win?
One of the things that's going to help David Katz's case is how disgusting the timing was of this article. This was being printed before he was even laid to rest. I would imagine if you're the National Enquirer, you've had a legal team in a conference room strategizing, preparing to write a check.
The Oscar winner was worth a reported $35 million. Our number cruncher, Sandra Smith of Fox Business Network, explains where the fortune will go.
One could assume at this point that it will go to his longtime girlfriend, his 3 children, and possibly even 2 charities that he's been involved with for some time.
Hoffman's worth will continue to grow. He still has several movies yet to be released, including the next Hunger Games movie. Now let's talk about another star who actually lives just a few blocks from here, Woody Allen. I just sat down with a woman who dated Woody when she was still a minor. What does she think of the sexual abuse allegations? I asked her straight out. Is he a child molester?
I don't know. I do not think so, but I was not there in the room. I can't say for sure because I wasn't there. I want to make the distinction that I think people are failing to do between a man who likes to date young women, which I was when we dated, and certainly we know Soon Yi was as well, and a guy who is molesting prepubescent 7-year-olds.
They dated in the 70s. She was 17 and he was 41.
I was one of those girls who was always looking for a daddy, and I would imagine Soon Yi had the same kind of issues.
So that's what attracted you to Woody?
Oh, very much so, yeah.
A mature man, a father figure.
Yeah. and it was a completely consensual, wonderful relationship.
Did you have sex with him when you were 17?
It doesn't matter. We had a romantic relationship. Statute of limitations are over. My mother was completely, she knew I was dating him. I had parental consent, if that's where you're going.
So that's a yes.
It doesn't matter. But the fact of the matter is, you know, it was a completely consensual relationship.
There was an interesting interview with Woody back in 1976. He said, quote, "If I was caught in a love nest with 15, 12-year-old girls tomorrow, people would think, yeah, I always knew that about him."
That's a little strange.
A little creepy, isn't it?
It's a little creepy.
But this was right before you dated.
Right.
If you had read this or known that he said this before you dated, would you have dated Woody Allen?
That would not have mattered, because I'm sure that he said that with complete jest.
But this week, Dylan Farrell reignited charges that her father sexually molested her 21 years ago, as her parents were engaged in a bitter custody battle. After our interview, E.T. obtained a never-before-seen investigative report by medical professionals from 1993. The report, handed over to police, concludes, quote, "It is our expert opinion that Dylan was not sexually abused by Mr. Allen." Nelkin told me she thinks the timing of these allegations was suspect.
Woody was 55 when these accusations happened. There had been nobody before then that had ever accused him of this, and subsequently the last 21 years either. So it doesn't make sense to me. I don't want to trash Mia because she does wonderful, wonderful work as a humanitarian. She's a terrific actress. She's not exactly a saint either. You know, if these allegations are true that Frank Sinatra, or these rumors that she started that Frank Sinatra could possibly be the father of Ronan, that means that Woody was going along while she's pregnant, thinking this is his baby, and maybe it's not. What kind of woman does that?
Some tough words there. Well, we know Woody has 2 teenagers with Soon Yi. So, Rob, does Stacey give you a sense of what kind of father he is to them?
Well, as a matter of fact, and this is kind of funny, she told me that Woody, like a lot of dads, actually takes the kids to school and picks them up. He even goes to all of the PTA meetings.
Now, that would make an interesting movie in itself. Thanks so much, Rob. Well, now I want to get you up to date on some other headlines. Oprah was just honored at the Santa Barbara International Film Festival. And you might think, well, she's Oprah, so why wouldn't she be honored, right? Well, apparently her best friend, Gayle King, didn't quite get it. Check it out.
She said, "I hear you're getting some award." And I said, "Yes." And she said, "What for?" And I said, "For my body of work." And she said, "On the Oprah show." And I go, "No, for film." And she didn't LOL. She started howling over the phone because it's, you know, I did over 5,000 Oprah shows, and I did, what, 3, 4, 5 films.
Oh, come on, Gail. Oprah is fantastic in all of her movies. And Oprah, you've actually done 8 if you count the animated ones. Okay, bottom line, the festival got Oprah to show up, so good move, Santa Barbara. We're now back in Los Angeles, where Brad and Angie just arrived home from a trip. And, you know, we haven't seen those two for a while. So here's the video. They are greeted by a pack of paparazzi leaving the airport while getting their children into a van. And let me test your pop culture here. Can you name all the kids? Let's see how I actually do. Okay, well, there's Pax, Maddox, Shiloh, Zahara, Knox, and Vivian. You impressed? Well, Brad's name pops up in our next story as well. We rounded up the hot young stars of Vampire Academy, and we wanted to have a little fun with them, so we made them square off against each other in our Vampire Academy quiz.
Would you rather get bitten by Brad Pitt in an Interview with the Vampire or Johnny Depp in Dark Shadows?
Oh, both. Thank you very much.
Would you rather get bitten by Nina Dobrev's Eleanor or Kristen Stewart's Bella?
I think Bella. I think she'd be more delicate.
There's also a lot of fighting in Vampire Academy. The movie is sort of a Twilight meets Mean Girl, starring 4 up-and-comers.
Describe this film in 3 words. Action, underwear, and friendship.
Exciting, relatable, and powerful.
Agreed.
Craziest fan experience you've had so far?
We were doing a signing, and this woman had named her daughter Rose.
Rose is the character Zoe plays in the film, which is out tomorrow.
What was the hardest part of training to play Rose?
The gym training was just, there were germs and scary people with really big muscles and stuff that I was like, get me out of here.
How much of a romantic do you consider yourself, and what do you find romantic?
I find just being with my boyfriend romantic.
That's cute. I want to find that sort of relationship somewhere. That's awesome.
Oh, I have a feeling he's going to have no problem whatsoever. Well, you probably recognize Sarah from Modern Family. And Zoe is the daughter of actress Leah Thompson. And coming up, we're with Alec Baldwin's daughter as she gets ready to hit the catwalk.
Just a little leg action in there.
Ireland gets some helpful tips from Elle Magazine's Josie.
I'm clumsy. It takes a lot.
Then,
Miley Cyrus, will you go to prom with me?
wait until you see how far this guy is willing to go to get a date with Miley. Good luck, dude. We'll be right back. Here's the real woman behind the Oscar-nominated film Philomena, Meeting with the Pope. 6 decades ago, the church forced her to give up her baby son for adoption.
I felt such a sense of relief.
So how is Miley Cyrus going to spend Valentine's Day? On stage. That is the day she kicks off her tour. But we just met a guy who has another date in mind for Miley. He has shown up at 3 of her events, and now he has actually sent her a prom proposal via video that has gone viral. And did I mention that he's naked?
Miley Cyrus, will you go to prom with me? I promise you it'll be the best night of your life.
Aw, how cute. 300,000 hits on YouTube. 17-year-old Matthew Peterson has really made a mark on social media. So, Miley, give him a shot.
To me, doing this video is kind of my way of putting myself out there in hopes of getting the best prom date in the world.
Today, we were at the high school juniors' home in Phoenix, and we gotta say going naked with a foam finger is a bit risque, but it's all clean fun.
After the VMA performance, I thought it'd be a good thing to catch people's eye.
And if you aren't the slow dancing type, no worries. I go to public school and grinding is allowed.
We took 1 take of me naked, which I'm kind of glad.
Turns out he met Miley before back in 2009 at a radio station.
Oh my God, that's like the sweetest thing ever.
Isn't he cute?
Yeah. I'm like obsessed.
Video date proposals worked for Marines who scored Mila Kunis and Justin Timberlake as dates to the Marine Ball. So come on, Miley.
She said yes. Well, I'd probably cry at first a little, and then I would try to be manly and like freak out.
Can I get a hell no?
So we called Miley's rep to see if she plans to respond, but they say she's too busy getting ready for her Bangers tour. But we're not giving up hope. Give it another go, Matthew.
I would really, really love for you to be my date to prom.
A little begging never hurts. I love him. He looks a little like Michael Phelps, doesn't he? Or maybe it's just because we're so used to seeing Michael without a shirt on, too. All right. Well, we want to know which star would you like to take to your prom? You can send us your answers right now on Twitter at ETOnlineAlert. And up next on the show, a very serious story that has Hollywood asking a lot of questions.
Everybody was going like this. What caused an artist and mother to strip naked and jump off a building after having a Beverly Hills facelift?
They can awaken in an agitated state.
Then how Ireland Baldwin handles her unpredictable dad. Plus, are her social media postings getting out of control?
Instagram's boring if no one's posting.
She's adorable. Stick around.
Take a look at these photos. They are 3 of E.T.'s favorite Instagrams. There is sexy mama Beyonce striking a pose for Blue Ivy. Heidi Klum is kicking back at an infinity pool in Germany. And there is Ariana Grande. And good grief, she's got some pretty eyes, doesn't she? Well, tonight, Elle's creative director, Josie, is with our favorite Instagram addict, Ireland Baldwin. And I'm just kidding, of course, because there's no such thing as an Instagram addict. Or, I don't know, maybe there is.
You know, my goal this year, honestly, is to really not share as much as I have in the past.
That could be tough. Ireland has unleashed a seemingly endless stream of Instagram selfies, and now she's got Joe hooked.
I need you to help me take the best selfie.
Oh, God.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah. There we go.
This girl here is social media diva. Do you think you overshare? Do you think you share enough? You do think you overshare. Why?
I do. Instagram's boring if no one's posting.
Her photos can be rather racy and rather sweet.
Here you are with your baby sister, Carmen.
Yeah, and this was a huge moment. This was me and my sister, our first picture together, so I think I had to document it. I mean, hello, you know?
There is this recent shot.
My best friend and I were at the gym, okay? And she was like, you know what? You need a sexy picture out there. I'm like, please, no, don't do it. Don't make me do it. And then I did. I mean, why not?
For somebody who is just 18 and the daughter of two big stars, Alec Baldwin and Kim Basinger, Ireland is remarkably candid and grounded.
Do you have any regrets of things you put out there?
Honestly, I mean, I can't say I do. I mean, there's things I've looked at and I've gone, okay, maybe a little bit too much skin. And people are like, oh no, like this is just, you know, a gateway to, oh God, a sex tape or like something like, I'm like, oh my God, come on, you know what I mean?
Look how cute you look here.
Yeah, I can be an idiot too. I can be an idiot.
She posted that on Dad's account.
Just because he's always so political, I was like, I'm going to give your followers a break. Just a little leg action in there.
Tonight, Ireland wears Donna Karan on the catwalk for Go Red for Women, the Heart Truth Red Dress collection, part of the fight against heart disease in women. It is her first fashion show, so her modeling agents had to teach her the walk.
There were like 5 or 6 managers literally just like walking with me like, okay, you got to do this, you got to look here.
And I'm going to guess some of them were guys.
Most all of them.
5 grown men in heels walking up and down the hallway of their office.
Oh yeah, it takes a lot. I'm clumsy. It takes a lot.
Did you beat them? Did you?
Oh no. They've been doing it for years. Like they were killing it.
Oh, Ireland's been modeling for about a year, so I'm sure she will do great. And who doesn't love Instagram? In fact, I think that I'll post one right now. Let's say hi to you. Well, all you got to do is go to my Instagram account and say hi back. Well, as far as Ireland cutting back on Instagram, not so much, because since that interview yesterday, well, she has already Instagrammed 8 times. Let's turn to a serious story now that has gotten a lot of traction in Hollywood, even appearing in The Hollywood Reporter. It involves a plastic surgeon who has reportedly worked on Demi Moore and Courtney Cox. Well, one of his patients committed suicide less than a day after her procedure. So what is it that drove her to jump to her death in Beverly Hills?
Many watched in horror, some with their phones recording, as this naked woman was spotted on the roof of a 15-story building in Beverly Hills last month. The woman, identified as 53-year-old Sandra Doriel, had undergone a facelift the day prior. It was an unusual scene for Beverly Hills, known for its ritz and glamour. But that morning, shopping in the designer stores came to a halt as crowds gathered on the street and looked up. Radio personality Lisa Stanley was amongst them.
I'll tell you, the first thought was, we're in Hollywood and they're making a movie. And then I quickly realized this was not a movie, this was real life.
Negotiators spent 3 hours trying to get Sandra back inside, but it didn't work. Sandra committed suicide just 23 hours after her surgery.
Everybody was going like this. Everybody was turning their head, holding their face, and just screaming.
Sandra was a socialite. She lived in Hong Kong with her husband, a well-known artist, and her 2 daughters. According to a report, her family had suffered an earlier tragedy when in 2004, her then 12-year-old son drowned in a swimming pool. Sandra's facelift reportedly took 13 hours and was performed by Dr. Brian Novak, whom reports claim has worked on Courtney Cox and Demi Moore. In his memoir, Rob Lowe called Dr. Novak one of his treasured friends and confidants. A statement from her family called her death a, quote, post-operative neurobehavioral disturbance. We wondered exactly what that meant, so we took it to top Beverly Hills plastic surgeon Dr. Stuart Lindner for an explanation.
We've never seen that in 16 years of practice. So, again, I don't even know if that truly exists. Post-anesthesia, psychosis, it's kind of like we call a trash can word maybe for something that we don't know what happened, so let's just make up a word.
But Dr. Lindner says he has heard of a rare post-operative condition called emergence delirium.
They can awaken in an agitated state. We have our nurses on top of that. We give the patients some relaxing medicine like Versed or a benzodiazepine like Valium, which helps them to relax, and then they come back out in a less agitated state. But that's usually very short acting. That's maybe 30 minutes to an hour, and that's over.
Due to the ongoing investigation, Dr. Novak has declined to comment.
Well, back to Dr. Lindner now. He also tells us that he has his patients go through a rigorous pre-op clearance process to make sure they are psychologically and mentally stable for the procedure. And stick around, we will get you ready for the Beatles reunion when we come back. I am counting. There are just 3 days left until Paul and Ringo reunite for the Grammy Salute to the Beatles. It airs Sunday on CBS. I cannot wait. So we're going to say goodnight with a new clip from the special, and I think you're going to know the tune. Bye, everybody.